Boxing King Media, powered by the Riyadh season, and BYD, Mr. Spencer Goldstar. You might as well just change your surname to Goldstar, because that's what everyone says.
Thinking about doing it. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Yeah. Nobody even calls me by my name, Mr. Goldstar. I think they call me, don't they? Something like that.
It shows how well your brand's doing. You know what I mean? It's that's why people just refer. Because whenever I speak to somebody, they are, when they say Spencer, they just say no, it's Goldstar, not Oliver or Fearon or anyone else.
Yeah. It's listen, we've come a long way, haven't we? From back in the day, we've been around for 25 years, doing unlicensed and all sorts, white collar and big dinner shows of every star in the world. And look where we are now.
It is. You know what? A lot of people say that because, like, the general fans may not know your name or your face. Well, they do obviously know you now, but if you talk about your history, almost everyone in boxing knows you because of the work you've done through the shows and events that you've done away from like the actual boxing shows, but behind the scenes kind of stuff where fighters are doing talks and chats.
Yeah, we looked after a lot of the old, from Mike Tyson to Tommy Hearns, from Roberto Duran to Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones. The list goes on. We've done everybody. I think there's nobody we've left out, and it's been a pleasure to work with some of these people. And what we did was, and I think a lot of the fighters will tell you, like Tyson will tell you, we started from the bottom. I call it the Ricky Hatton syndrome, where they're built on meeting people and having conversations with people, being able to touch somebody and shake hands with them is a lot different than just seeing them on a camera, isn't it? And I think you get a personal touch, and then people buy into you and buy into your story and buy into you as a boxer. All of a sudden you start getting crowds of people and you start getting a lot of followers because they can see what you are genuinely when they meet you. You've only got to look into somebody's eyes or touch them. Or Tyson used to give a lot of advice to people with mental health, and Ricky Hatton was just a joker who went round. That's how he built himself, through going to dinner shows and workingmen's clubs, and he was a great fighter as well. Don't forget that. But the same with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, I think we started working with him. He just won the Olympics, so he was known, but not to the general population. And we took him round everywhere, and all of a sudden he had a massive fan base. Done the same with Tyson. Tyson actually said to me, I'm 27, 28 stone. I don't know what you're going to do with me. This is impossible. We're never going to... I said, just all the fans you've lost, let's try and get them back again, by meeting people. And that's what we did. It takes a long time, a lot of hard work, and you lose a lot of money sometimes. You make money, but you lose a lot sometimes as well. And that's how it's gone. And then, we sort of started doing the management side, and now we're here now, promoting, managing, and trying to do our best, really.
Did you ever in a million years think, when you're out there selling memorabilia, doing all them talk shows, one day I'm going to be a manager, I'm going to be managing fighters, and then I'm going to be wanting to be part of promotions, as in putting events on, boxing events on?
Well, it's like any job, isn't it? I mean, if you're an apprentice bricklayer and all of a sudden you can build houses in 3 days, people are going to come and get you. And it's the same with any sort of job and any walk of life. Anybody will tell you, you've got to earn your stripes, haven't you? One day you're cleaning cars, the next day you've got a garage, cleaning the thousands of cars. That's how you get on in life, and that's how we progress as human beings.
Indeed. I want to talk about the fight that we're here for behind you, but I want to speak to you about Hamza Shiraz. He's like your first official signing that you've brought out, and we've not had a chance to catch up since, but I was interviewing him about a month ago, and randomly you rang me, so it was great to get you over the phone.
It was quite funny, that. It was quite a funny situation, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, we've signed some really good fighters, not in just management roles, advisory roles, promotional roles. We're working with some of the biggest names in the world.
When will you look to announce the other signings?
We've got a lot of signings. We've got a lot of people out that we've signed, but we've not even told anybody about, because I don't think we need to at the moment. The proof's in the pudding. People have got to win and earn their respect from people. and earn their stripes, like I just said. So yeah, we'll make some announcements. We've got some very, very good fighters. Top of the tree, obviously, Tyson Fury, Hamza Shiraz, and we've got a joint co-promotional deal with Joe Parker, with his people. Obviously, I'm now working with Jai Pataya, and I've done a joint promotional deal with Eddie on that one. I'm working, and we've also got 4 other fighters from Australia, very good ones, and we all hear about those, Justin Hooney, Connor Wallace. We've got got a very, very good heavyweight there, very good heavyweight, and they get Jai Pataya's team, are one of the best teams in the world. They're close, they're professional. His manager's a great guy.
His dad's a great character as well.
Oh, they're all fans. I just love them all. Jai's Jai's deep as the ocean. But what a nice fella. If he likes you, he likes you. If he doesn't like you, off you go. You're down the road. So I think there'll be more signings to come. Obviously, you can't dilute and weaken your approach to this business, because I try and help as many people as I can, but you've only got so many hours in the day. So we're going to win some, we're going to lose some, but we have got some of the best fighters in the world joined us.
What's your long-term vision, Spence? Are you looking to go alongside or go against Spencer against Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn? Could we see Spencer Brown having his Goldstar promotions right next to Matchroom?
No, I've worked with that last card. That was my card. The undercard was my undercard, and I decided to bring Ben Shalom in, and Ben Shalom brought, fair play to him, he brought his fighters in. Probably upset the apple cart, because I'm close friends with Frank, close friends with George. I like to think of them as my friends, and we've done a lot of good business together. And same with Eddie. I can't help but like Eddie. He's one of them guys, you can't help but like him. He can, like we all can, we can have our upsets with everybody, and sometimes we don't agree with each other, and sometimes there's a few strokes pulled either way, and a bit of slipperiness. But I like to work with everybody. I think there's room to work with everybody, and if we can work with everybody, which is not as easy said than done, then some of these big fights can be made a lot easier, which you've seen now. A lot of these fights are getting made a lot easier. Obviously, you need the main man behind you, Turki Al-Sheikh. I've not done this on my own, have I? Turki Al-Sheikh has done this for me, and Tyson Fury's done this for me. They've obviously seen something that in me, what they think they could probably utilise. Especially Tyson's my mate anyway, I love him. But Turki Al-Sheikh didn't know me from a box of prawn crackers. He just didn't know me. So, he got to know me very quickly, and he's given me a lot of responsibility, and I want to pay him back, really. And he's number 2, Dr. Hearn. He's the hardest working man in the world. And between them, they're a formidable force, and not just money. You've seen their setups and what they do and how they do things. They're levels above. I saw him walk past the merchandise stand last week. Turkin said to me, "Spencer, what's this?" I said, "It's not great, is it?" He went, "Get rid of it. He's gonna get the best merchandise stand in the world." It's one of them. He wants the best. He wants the best fighters. He wants the best of the best of the best. He wants high quality, and that's what he's getting. I mean, but I've really got to take me out off to him, because he's never let me down. He never ever leaves me out of anything. When there's a meeting with everybody, I'm always there. He could just say, "Well, thanks a lot," and goodbye. We miss you. We're going to miss you. But he doesn't do any of that. He includes you. And because you're there from the start. We all make mistakes in life, everybody. But because you're there from the start, he's kept me there. So he could have got rid of me, but he hasn't. And things have worked out. And the only thing I want to happen now is Tyson to win this fight, and I'll be happy. And if I would never seen another boxing ring in my life, so be it. but I just want him to win this fight. That's how important it is, not just to me, to him, to his family, to everybody. You know, and if you're a big Tyson Fury fan, it's very important to you. And listen, Tyson's chalk and cheese. You like him or you don't like him. You know, there's plenty of people slagging us and constantly having a pop at us. And there's the other side who are not slagging us and they want him to win. Don't forget he's British. And, you know, we need to get behind our boys. And that's it, really. But, you know, I'd like to think that we go into this fight with plenty of support. And, you know, you'll catch Tyson on a good day, he's unbelievable. You catch him on a bad day, he's a misery guts. You know, that's just the condition he's got. But let's get out there. We want him to win.
The fact that you said that you're still part of the whole, Turkey's ideas and plans says a lot about you as a person. What I'm going to ask you is, all this promoter politics we've seen going off in the last few weeks with the pushing and shoving on stage and the clear, how shall I put it? The clear, I don't use the word hatred, but the clear, they basically don't get along with Frank, Eddie, and then obviously Ben Shalom's there. So where do you sit with it all?
Look, I've heard of bullying. Eddie Hearn ain't got bullying in him, is he? I don't see Eddie Hearn bullying anybody. He's just not that kind of man. And if you want to tackle him in business, then you might come second, but he's not that kind of man. And that's for bullying Frank. He's 72. And, he is the hierarch of boxing, is he? He's our man we look at, Frank Warren. Oldest and best known promoter possibly in the world now. And look, Ben's only a young boy. He's 30 years of age. He's got a lot to learn. I'm sure he'll learn it. And is Ben Shalom important to Frank Warren? Doesn't wake up in the morning worry about what Ben Shalom's going to think of him. I'm sure Ben's the same way. And whether they ever get, I don't know. I don't know whether they'll ever get on. But as for bullying and all that, it's not bullying, it's one-upmanship, I would say.
I was thinking there's only one way to settle this. Get in there. You got Michael Buffer rocking up. It's all amazing.
What a legend that is.
How many people had Michael Buffer turning up at press conference?
Legends in the world, this man here. Shortly to do a merchandising, his merchandising for him as well.
Oh, sick. Only one way to settle this. Some cross-promotion fights. And one of the biggest one that's been talked about, Eddie's been talking about it for a year, Azim, who fought at the weekend. Could we potentially see that land, Dalton Smith, Azim in Saudi?
Great fight, him and Dalton Smith, isn't it? Who do I fancy?
What did you think of his performance at the weekend as well?
I thought it was very good. But, there was a lot of talk before the fight, wasn't there? But after the fight, everybody was happy families and big friends like they usually are. So how much did he have left in him? I don't know. I think I'm really looking for that fight. Really looking to see it. I really want to see it, and I think it'll be an incredibly close fight. Who do I think will win it? Dalton Smith.
I hope you can make that fight because I think the fans would love that. Could we see
I'm not saying there's a lot in it. It's very 50-50. I'm a bit on the fence of it. But if I had to go life or death, yeah, possibly Dalton Smith.
Is any talk?
Having Azim, great fighter.
Is any talks of a boxer matchroom card?
No, there's been talks of a boxer Goldstar card, though.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there's been talks of that.
Okay. Last thing I want to speak to you about the main event, Fury USYK. Tyson said today, he's not going to change nothing. It's the same team, same people. Are you happy with that? Was that a big discussion?
Tyson is a very loyal person. I think a few of us made mistakes on the last camp, or the camp before we did anyway. Maybe not the last camp. I thought he needed to be bigger and stronger. He looked very beanpolish to me. I mean, I see him like, well, wow, you've turned into a beanpole. He's very, I don't know about yourself, but do you agree with me?
Yeah, he was like slim and tall.
Slim.
Yeah.
And it's not Tyson I know. I'd like him to be, and it's not, listen, I'm just a manager, I'm not a trainer. That's not my position to train him. And nobody can teach Tyson Fury how to box. How can they at 36? If you're 26, yeah. But 36, in your twilight of your career, I just can't see what you can change, how you can change. But I know he wasn't happy himself with a couple of things. He He sleeps bad anyway, but real bad sleeper out there, especially out there. And you saw him today. He looked like his mind weren't on it, and he looked like he hadn't slept again. So we always struggle with sleep pattern over there. What's he got to change? Bigger, stronger, fitter, taking the centre of the ring, using the jab. And we saw what happened when he used the jab and that uppercut. On 2 or 3 occasions, what happened. I think you've got to win the fight going forward with USYK. You can't go back against USYK. You're opening yourself up. But didn't you agree it was a very, very, very close fight? We couldn't believe. I sat there next to Eddie Hearn, George Warren and Frank Warren, and we couldn't believe how far in front he was and how easy it was. Well, we were wrong, wasn't we? Because I'll tell you what he is as well, USYK. He's a fantastic clock counter. So he counts that clock down. He knows exactly where he is. And you see he explodes. Still not convinced on the cross in the ring. Still not convinced on that. But listen, can't moan, can't say anything. But
When you say you're not convinced, what do you mean? Do you think it's something else?
I just saw, that was meant to kiss the cross. But there was a big... You saw that. You're not blind. Did you see that or didn't you? Yeah, you see.
I can't say.
Yeah, you can't see because if you was to be honest, you would say that.
I did ask him about it as well, and to be fair, he did respond to it. I can't remember what he said, but he obviously denied that it was anything dodgy.
Well, he's one of the greatest. Well, he probably is the best fighter on the planet for me. But I think Tyson's better. I think Tyson can win this fight, and I thought he can win. I think he can win it easily. I've talked to his dad a couple of times, and I tell you what, you can say what you like about John Fury. He knows his boxing. He knows it inside out, upside down, and round and about. And he called it. He called everything. And I think that with John's involvement and everybody's working together for the common cause, I think we can win this fight, and Tyson can win this fight. Listen, if he never boxed again, care. Just want him to win this one fight.
Last question for you, Spence. Are we going to see Joshua Dubois rematch, or have they got other plans?
I need to speak to him. We've got to do some call.
Last question: Are we going to see Joshua Dubois rematch, or are they going in different directions?
For me, definitely not. I don't think Anthony should take the rematch. I don't think Anthony's gone either, just because he's got punched on the chin. I don't think he's gone. It's all right, everybody's saying he's gone, he's this, he's that, he's the other. I don't believe it, because 2 fights previously, he's absolutely demolished people. So, I mean, it's risk and reward, isn't it? Do you risk, I think 2 defeats. I don't know if there's a as big a fight as what we thought we would be with Tyson Fury, because that's the fight we all want to see as well.
Spence, indeed, pleasure as always speaking to you, mate. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.